What's up, guys? This is Mike Hough, and you are logged on to rawhollywood.com.
What's going on, Team Hollywood? This is your boy, the king of all media. And today I have a very, very special guest, Mike Hough. How are you?
Hey, man. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Amazing.
Now, let's first talk about this amazing single, Better. I first have to say that literally, and I mean literally, I've had it on repeat ever since I got it on iTunes.
Wow.
Like, from the lyrical content, and your voice just brings it to life. It gives it that power, that passion, that rawness that music is about.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How do you feel about, all the success that you've gotten so far with it?
Do you know what, actually, you've just, it's only just hit me hearing you say that. It's crazy. It's been a whirlwind. We never expected it to do that at all. And I genuinely mean this. It's had no promo, we didn't even bother taking it to radio because it literally was a track that I said to my fans, this is a song I know you guys like, so I'm going to put it out as a thank you. You supported me really well throughout 2013, and I just want to say thank you to you guys. So I literally got the track and put it on iTunes, and I was doing a countdown and stuff, but I never ever wanted it. Its purpose was never to chart or never to do this or do that.
Right.
And little do I know, I wake up, it's number 1 on the R&B chart in the UK, and it's in the top 40 in the UK, and people are tweeting it left, right, and centre, and it's getting American support from people such as yourself, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, hold on a minute, this is incredible, this, when I say this wasn't supposed to happen, of course it was, but not in a planned way, if that makes sense.
Right.
And it's probably the most personal song I've ever, not for something that happened so personally in my life, to be able to speak to other people and just go out and people enjoy it, to me is mind-blowing. I'm blown away, and I'm just humbled by it. I work really hard just to be able to have these kind of opportunities and be able to put my music out there, because I don't live for the fame and live for this and that. I live for the music. That's why I do what I do. So for it to get this reaction is what's key for me. That's when I know I've done my job. That's what I lived for. So I'm happy, man, and it just gives me such a taster for the next, how much bigger I want the next song to be, and the next song, and then the album, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a great start. I'm just starting out. I literally am just starting out. So to have success like that without even being planned, what the hell can we do when we do plan a proper release? You know what I mean? And we do put marketing and TV and radio around it. It's scary to think. I'm just blessed to have that support.
Right. Now, speaking of that album, I know you're in the process of getting that together. When can your fans expect to get that product?
You know what? And you're probably going to kick me for this because I know it's annoying, but I don't want to put a time limit on it just because I know the industry so well. And people say it's going to come at this time, and then this is not quite right, that's not quite right. All I know is I'm making music that I love. I'm making music that I believe my supporters will love, and we'll know when it's right. And I would rather it be right than me put something out that is half-hearted and doesn't feel like I've finished properly. And first impressions are everything. So this first album has to be so right, so strict, so tight. I have to be confident with every track, and I have to believe that everybody likes every track. And right now I'm making we make a pool of records, and then we'll pick out of, say, 50, 60 tracks, the strongest 10. Right. So right now I'm just having fun, experimenting, and it's weird because as I'm evolving as an artist and bigger things are happening like this, because it's all new to me, remember? Mm-hmm. So as these new things are happening, the sound is not changing, but I'm making, for instance, 6 months ago I would write a song, I think, Jesus, this is my best song, I'm never going to top this. And then 6 months later, these things happen, and I get an experience, and then I write about it, and I'm like, Jesus, this is better than the song 6 months ago. Do you know what I mean? So you've just got to know when enough is enough, and you're confident with it. And I'm not there yet, but when it is, that's when it will be ready. Right. But I won't keep people waiting for too long, I promise. I'm definitely on it. I'm on top of it.
Right. Now, who are some artists that inspire you?
Okay. Okay, so my main 2 male vocal inspirations are Stevie Wonder and Tank. Stevie Wonder I grew up listening to. Stevie's legendary anyway. The man needs no explanation, but he really is incredible. Tank for me is one of the most. He gets his props. He's not underrated as such, but he should be known as one of the best male vocalists because he's incredible. Right. And I don't know many male singers in this day and age that can portray emotion through a vocal the way that the way I feel Tank does when he sings I Can't Make You Love Me, for instance, and stuff like that. Adele is a huge inspiration to me. Adele showed the whole entire world that you can pour your heart into a record, stand on stage, or sit on just a stool and still sell more records than your biggest pop star in this day and age.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? She really brought faith back to me for real music. Like all music's real, but that to me is true music. That is pen and paper, heart pouring stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Which we all relate to, no matter whether you like her or not. Everybody can relate. So she's definitely one. Beyonce, of course, is without fail my favorite pop star. I will never, ever, ever not rave about Beyonce. She's phenomenal. I don't care whether you're man or woman. Everyone can relate. Her work ethic, her as a business person, her as a vocalist, her as a performer, her as a parent, her as how she is in the public eye. She does so much that doesn't matter your sex, your gender, or whatever. Well, that's the same thing. I don't know why I said that, but you can really relate to and like be inspired by what she does, man. She's phenomenal, and I love Gaga, I love Rihanna, I love all of them, but no one for me has the package like Beyonce has the package. So to see someone who has the whole thing like that, I think is incredible.
Right.
So I'd say they're my main four. Yeah. I talk a lot, man. I'm just sitting there thinking, you waffle so much.
No, it's all good. So, I know just a few months ago, you had the wonderful pleasure of performing for Brandy.
Are you still there? Say that again, dude.
I know a few months ago, you had the pleasure of performing for Brandy.
Yes.
How was
Brandy.
that?
Oh, how could I forget Brandy in my eyes, man? That is the worst thing ever. And Brandy has to be in there. That was one of the most surreal moments in my life.
Yes.
Like, I will admit, I was never the biggest when I say not the biggest Brandy fan, I mean, I always loved her. But I never knew to the extent, or I feel like I never rated her as much as I should have until I grew up and I become a real musician and I was surrounded by real like singers, as they say. I went to LA last year and I went to see her in. No, I saw her. Yeah, 2013. I saw her in. I think it's called Club. You guys call it Nokia over there. I think Club Nokia in LA. And yeah, man, I was blown away. And she's phenomenal. Like, she really is like a vocal Bible. I don't know anyone that can do some of the. Like I say, Beyonce has the whole package, but when it comes to vocals, Brandy, as a female, she's got to be one of the top for me because she's incredible, and she was the most humble person, man. Like she held my hand throughout the entire interview, not by force. She grabbed my hand.
Yeah.
She really makes you feel like you're welcome. She makes you feel like, okay, you have my time. Talk to me. I'm not just doing this for my job. I care about what you've got to say. And we did 2 days of promo with her, and then I opened for her at a gig in London. So I literally spent 3 days around her, and you learn so much. She's such a humble spirit, and for someone so talented. And even though I don't feel like she gets as much props these days as she's deserved, like she has done a lot. Like, she's from Moesha to all the albums she's sold to everything, man. She's incredible, and she was just casually there in front of me, chilling so humbly. It was really nice to see, and yeah, man, I'll never forget that. As a singer, come on, especially as an R&B and soul singer, everyone rates Brandy. No one, if you don't rate Brandy, you're not an R&B and soul singer. Period. Everyone knows what she does. So the fact that happened, man, that was crazy, absolutely crazy.
So I know you just came off of tour. How was that? Like one of your first big tours? Like I know so many experiences.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was like I was scared. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this tour because we're literally performing to like a minimum 10,000 every night, and before that I'd only done a maximum of like 2,000. So I was like, okay, this is the next level now. But man, I loved it. I feed off a bigger crowd, and it really I'd say I'm such a different performer now than I was before. Like I feel so much more comfortable and confident on stage, and I love a challenge. My whole career is a challenge right now. Like you're trying to beat boundaries every day. So I just saw that on stage. Like, I have 10 to 20,000 people here that I could expose my music to, and 80% of them don't know who I am. So let's go out there and kick some ass, and hopefully by the end of it, everyone's going to want to know who I am. Do you know what I mean? That's how I saw it. and it was an incredible reaction. It really was, and literally from even like the crew on the tour who have worked with the biggest, from your Beyoncés and people like that, they came up and was like, I had this one guy who was one of the biggest guys that has done loads of tours, and he turned around and said to us, I will honestly, genuinely say you're one of the top 5 support acts I've ever seen on a tour, and I've been doing it for years and years, and to get them kind of comments, man, is incredible. It's just made me so excited to be able to work hard and get to that level myself, because arena tours are no joke, man. The big production, and trust me, I'm going to be flying backwards on flipping cars and landing in the air and this and that. They're fun to watch, man. But no, yeah, it was a good time. I had a lot of fun.
That's great. Now we're going to jump into a fan question from Alice. Her Twitter name is @IsThatAlice.
Okay, cool.
And one of her questions is, what do you love most about your Hooligans?
Oh, good question. Hey, Alice, by the way. Their loyalty, man. It's tough to stick with, especially an up-and-coming artist. It's tough to stick with someone when you've got so many new artists coming through, especially ones that labels are backing fully. And like, I'm published. I'm signed to a publishing label, but as it stands with music, I'm still yet to sign my deal. I'm in a good place where I have some great offers and things are good, but I'm still independent, so nothing's promised. So these fans really are investing a lot of time in me and trusting that it's going to pay off, and trusting that like they're gonna continue to rise with me, and that's not every day that people would do that. So it would have to be their loyalty, man. I couldn't ask for a better, stronger fan base, and it's just the beginning, and every day they're multiplying, and right. The ones that have been there from day one are introducing the new ones to so much of my music that it's just nice to see it be such a loyal family.
Yeah. Now another question is, if there was one thing that you would love to achieve in your career that you haven't already, what would it be?
There's many. All right, I'll give you 2 options because there's 2 that instantly came to mind. Obviously, I want an official #1 single. Okay. Everyone's dream as a musician is to have one of your singles go to #1. And #2, believe it or not, would be to crack the States. So many artists from the UK try, and it doesn't work. So many try, and it does work. I've always said I love the UK, I really do, and I this is my home. I'll never turn my back on it. But I feel like me in the States could do something real special, because whenever I go there and I perform, I seem to get such a great reaction. And obviously, it helps being British. That I know that I don't know what it is with you guys, but they love the British accent. Whenever I'm in LA, people are like, I don't care what you say, just talk. Just talk
I'm the same way. I love it. It's something, I don't know what it is. It's something about the accent.
Literally, even my friends over there who are used to being around me all day long, they say, Mike, just carry on talking. Talk about flowers or
talk
whatever.
About anything.
Yeah. So that helps. But they just get it as well. They really like, and I don't know, you may be able to tell me this. I don't know if it's just LA. I feel like it is just America in general, but you guys are friendly. Like everyone, I will walk down the street. I'll never forget my first day in LA. I walked down the street and people's like, good morning, and I'm just like, are you going to mug me? Do you want my phone? Like, that doesn't happen as much here, and everyone's just welcoming and belonging, and like people in LA, everyone was like, I'll help you with this and I'll help you with that, but they weren't just saying it because they followed through their actions, you know what I mean? And everyone just seemed to be really cool. So yeah, I don't know, I love America, man. Obviously my heart is always going to be back home here, but I would love to crack the States and be able to say, wow, I really did take it internationally, not just in the UK.
Right. Yeah, I believe that you'll be able to truly make a solid name for yourself here, because
I agree. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, because that's the aim.
Yeah. You have the talent, and you definitely have the vocal ability to truly stand the test of time.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Now, another Twitter question from Lauren. Her Twitter name is LaurenJLS_Marv. Okay. And hers is, what will you say to people who want to follow in your footsteps to become an artist?
I would say, hey Lauren as well, I would say you have to appreciate the bad days. And people would think, well, there are so many more bad than good when you're coming up, because obviously I'm not saying that when you make it, it's all good, because it's a lot of hard work, but coming up is tough. So many doors get shut in your face. I'm not ashamed to say I've spent days on my living room floor to my mum, crying my eyes out, saying, I can't do it no more. I give up. It's not going to happen. This one's not interested. That one's not interested. But if you appreciate the bad days, then when the good days come, boy, are they incredible. Because things like yesterday and today, when we're seeing the success of her, makes every single one of them bad days just seem like something I could never have just like, it's like whatever, I don't care, I'll have a million more of them if I get to have these days, do you know what I mean? So just know that there is a good day to every bad day that you have, and your time will come. It's just perseverance, man. It's a tough industry to crack, and the truth is, and this is harsh reality, no one cares about you but you. You're the only one that truly cares about you, because if your records are not hot or your stuff's not selling, as much as people will be nice to your face, they've got families to go to. They've got other money to make. So just know that you need to care for yourself, persevere, and just stay true. And if you go in with the right intentions and you believe in your music and you believe that you're there for the music and not just the fame, then you'll come out of it for the right reasons. Just know where your heart lies, and if you're not there for the music, then question, because you're going to end up somewhere scary.
Right. Now, how does it feel like when you sit back and you may be alone, maybe in your room, just relaxing? How does it feel to know that literally, your wildest dreams are literally coming true right before your eyes? Like, is it almost like that Nicki Minaj moment for life type of feeling?
It's surreal. It's so surreal. That's all I can say, because we're all normal people, and I know that like for instance, when I was talking about this earlier to my friends and family, when you meet, for instance, I'll meet a fan and they're all shaky and they're really excited. The first thing I say to them is, babe, I'm just like you. I breathe the same air, I feel the same emotions, I fangirl over my favourite artist the way you may fangirl over me. So for me to be normal and it to be happening to me, it's like, you just think, wow, man, how does that... I was saying to my friend today, like, I'm seeing people message me and say that a song that I suffered through heartbreak and wrote a song about it, this person's playing it. And someone posted an Instagram video earlier and was like, I'm listening to this, and I pressed play, and it was a picture of them in their bedroom just chilling to my music, and just seeing my music in someone else's house. I was like, hold up, like, no one had heard that a week ago. Do you know what I mean? So it's surreal, and like I say, it sounds so cliche, but it's inspiring to just keep pushing harder, because I'm a very, very, very competitive, driven, hungry person. So when I get one taste for success, I don't think about... I do enjoy it because it sounds like I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but I don't sit and enjoy it and relax. Instantly, I'm like, what can I do to top that? Does that make sense? Right. So I believe it's great, because I really feel like it will help me get far, because that's the kind of drive you need. I appreciate what's happened, but now it's like, brilliant, now on to the next. What can we do to make the next bit bigger and the next bit better? But yeah, sometimes I have to take a moment and sit back and think, wow, it's a blessing, because if you don't take the moments in, I would never want to get to a stage where life's passed me by so quickly and I never took it all in. So yeah,
it really goes to show you how much music is such a universal language.
Right. It's incredible. It connects so many people.
Right.
It's true. So true, man. So true.
So the next Twitter question is from Sam. Her Twitter name is I Believe in How. And her question is, doing what you do, what's the one thing that keeps you so humble?
Ooh. I have a great support base, including fans, but especially my family. I don't get away with anything with my mum. I'm maybe 22 years old, but she always tells me, you're never too big for a slap. But I just, you know what, and this sounds like... I would never want people to think I'm just saying this, because I genuinely mean it. And I said it just now, we're all normal people. There's no need for someone to act like they're bigger or better than the other person. I don't care if you've got £1 million in the bank. I don't care. Some of my best people in my life don't have barely anything. Incredible people, and it does, like, my nephew's mixed race, I've got gay, straight friends, I'm surrounded by such a mixed amount of people, and no one is better than the other, and I think because I'm so blessed to have so many different people around me, I realise that, like, it's good to just, like, everyone's equal, everyone's the same, so don't get me wrong, I'm surrounded by an industry where you get told a lot, yes, and you get tweeted 20,000 times a day, you're incredible. So I can understand how some artists get carried away, but to an extent of being rude and not being humble, I will never, ever, 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 ever understand that. It's like when I meet famous people, don't get me wrong, there's times where I think, wow, I've watched you on this and watched you on that, but I barely ever, like, if I really admire someone, and I met Tank tomorrow, I would say it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm honoured, like, your work really inspires me, but I never feel like, I would never want someone to feel like they have to bow down or be like, wow, you're incredible and kiss my ass, because no, we're all the same, man. It's just where I suppose it's just the way I've been brought up. Everybody's equal, so I really hope to remain that way. As far as I'm concerned, I will. But yeah, I guess that's my key.
I will say that 2 things. I love your love for your nephew.
Thank
I think
you.
it's the best thing in the world.
He's like my world. I love him.
Yeah. And the second thing is, I remember, I think it was like maybe early last year, early 2013, you posted something on Instagram that was basically talking about the gay community. And like your support for that. Like, could you just speak on that? Because, you know, especially you being a male in this industry, a lot of males that may feel the same way you do don't speak on it because they're in the industry.
Of course. The funniest thing is, and I will speak up on this because barely any people do, a lot of the entertainment industry is gay. A lot of the entertainment industry. My little sister's gay, and I was the person who kind of encouraged her to come out. And one of my best friends at school was gay. I don't see. Again, maybe it's just because I'm a white guy. I will be very honest. A lot of my friends, there's a black man trapped inside of me. Sorry. So I just don't. I just will never understand people not getting it being equal. I don't think there's. Everything is not always going to be for everyone. And I'm not just saying sexuality, I'm talking everyone. Songs, films, colours on clothes. Like, there's going to be certain likes and dislikes. However, there's a level of respect. And I have a great gay following, man. Some of the best gigs I do, and there's gay people in the audience. There's so much fun. Just because somebody's into a guy. This is my whole view on it. People fall for a heart. They don't fall for... You don't, like, I get that obviously people fall for guys and people fall for girls, but when you boil down to it, you fall in love with someone. Like, if it's love, obviously people just fall for attractions because of someone's imagery. If it's love, it's because of the person you're connected with. So why should my little sister not be happy because she is attracted to a woman? Like, I will never not get that. So I fully respect the gay community, and I will fully back the gay community, and I'm honoured to have fans of all different kinds, black, gay, white, straight. I don't care what you are. Like, we're all just this. It's 2014 now. 14, come on. It doesn't need to be that way. So I have no time for ignorance. I have no time for people that have to be nasty. And I think I will always be that way.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you for that because, like I said, in this industry, a lot of people that feel like you do don't want to speak on it because they don't want people to give them the side eye or,
of course,
even question their own sexuality just because they're standing up for something. So I thank you for that.
That's the people I question, because if you're comfortable in your skin and you know what you like and you know what you believe in, then you shouldn't have no problem speaking up. It's more than my pleasure.
Right. Now, I know that you love to do cover songs. Are there any songs that you are planning on covering?
Do you know what? I've been so busy. I literally haven't. I would love to do a track off Beyonce's new album, obviously being a big Beyonce fan, but I would like to do a twist on it. I wouldn't want to just cover the song. I'd like to maybe do an acoustic version, or maybe a Mal comeback perspective, something like that. I'm not sure, but I haven't sat down for a while, actually. That you kind of reminded me that I should. The best covers I like to do, a cover that is kind of, I reckon, actually will be like a track on my album, that maybe a bonus track, is Ironic by Alanis Morissette. And I just love picking out old songs or songs that are just, them timeless classics that everybody loves. And you get to just put your twist on them. So maybe it would be something like that. I'm not too sure, but the minute I do, you guys will get the exclusive, I promise.
I think that you should do a song, even if it's a cover, original song or cover, but I strongly think you should do a song with TC.
TC's phenomenal.
Yes.
Wait, weren't you trying to put in that?
I did. No, it was all in good fun. It wasn't trying to be rude or anything. It was just because I think both of you guys have crazy, crazy vocals.
Thank you. I'm always mad inspired by TC, man. He's incredible, dude. Like, you know that video where him and Brandy are trying to do that riff?
Yes.
And then, that was the first ever time I learned about TC.
Me too.
Right, okay. And then since then, obviously, I've seen him on Tamizh show, and I've watched the, I've downloaded the mixtapes and stuff. I would be honoured. And as I say, we briefly know of each other. We've never actually met, but we definitely know who each other are. So who knows, when you've moved to LA and maybe come next, you can kind of put a good word in and we'll sort of hook up out.
I would love to help put that together.
Yeah, no, that would be incredible. And it's not impossible at all, so watch this space, who knows?
Yeah. So, as the whole entire world knows, we're just a few days into 2014.
Yes.
The year is still very young. Is there any surprises or anything that you can reveal to us?
You know what? I can't. It's not that I can't. It's just that this year for me is such a. It's just balancing in the air. I don't know what's around the corner. I could never have predicted what's just happened with Better. So if that's how the year can start, God knows where we can take it before the year ends. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep working on the music. I'm hoping to tour here in the UK, like do my own tour. I'm definitely hoping to get some US shows in, and just push it, man. Who knows? All I know is I'm gonna stay on the grind. I'm gonna keep my mind on the business and keep pushing. And I just want to see where I can take it. It's exciting. It's so exciting. This week has proven to me that the most unexpected things can happen. So. When you guys get surprised, best believe it's as much as a surprise to me as well. So whatever you guys think could happen is probably the same thing I'm thinking. So yeah, we're in this together.
So gone, we were head deep in a place where two people should never be. So high, only 18, when it all came crashing down in front of me. They said it would happen, but it didn't matter, 'cause we had it all figured out. It hurt when it ended, and though I pretended, I can see through that now.